Okay, so we left off at the end of that last video with the answer to this multiplication problem. I know one example is not enough, so I will do another one. But before we do the other one, I do want to make sure that this one's right, and we're going to use the matrix calculator to do that. So I pulled up the matrix calculator. I am doing a new matrix. I called it matrix A. Matrix A, I have to get the right size. Notice over here, I'm doing this size right here. It's a 3x2. So I'm gonna make sure it's a 3x2. And now I'm entering the numbers 2, 8, -7, 5, 1, and 3. And I'm just going to press enter. I'm going to do matrix B. I named it B and press enter. And this one is, what size is this one? Here's the size right here. It's a 2x1. So I'm going to say 2x1 and enter the numbers 4 and -2. And then all I have to do now is just tell Desmos that I want to multiply matrix A times matrix B. And when I do, it shows me the -8, -38, -2. So it looks like I did it right. Now, there's something that I want to show you. If I'm just on a regular calculator, just any old regular calculator, and I say 2 times 5, I get my answer right here is 10. And then if I do it the other way around, 5 times 2, well, I got the same answer. That's called, that's a property that lets us rearrange the order in which we multiply two things and get the same answer. That property does not hold in matrix calculations. And the reason that it doesn't is because of the restriction on the sizes. So remember, right here, when we have matrix A is a 3x2 and matrix B is a 2x1, and we can multiply these because the 2's match. Well, if we try to turn it around, whoops, got there. We try to turn it around and we try to multiply matrix B times matrix A, we're not going to be able to do that because B is a 2x1 matrix and matrix A is a 3x2 matrix, and now these numbers right here do not match. So there is no product. Or sometimes they say the product is undefined. And I did not know that when I switched calculators, it was going to delete my matrix, but that's okay. I can type it in real quick. Matrix A was a 3x1, and it was 2, 8, -7, 5, 1, 3, and then matrix B was a 2x1, and that was 4 and -2. We said A times B didn't have a problem, we got the right answer. But if you turn it around and say B times A, it says, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Cannot multiply matrices with incompatible dimensions. Probably say the same thing if you tried to say A plus B. Whoops. Probably say the same thing if you tried to say A plus B. Because remember what has to be true? Cannot add matrices with different dimensions. So to add two matrices that have to be the same size, A and B are not the same size, so we can't add them. So pay attention to that warning sign. And if you hover over it, it tells you. Okay, So I'm going to do one more example by hand, and then uh, I will feel that one more example will be enough to make sure that you know how to do it by hand, in case there's a question about a process or something. Okay, so first thing we need to do is make sure, can we find the product of A times B? Is AB defined? So that's the first thing we need to know. Is AB defined? So we need to know the size of matrix A. Matrix A is a 2 by 3. Matrix B is 3 rows, 2 columns. Matrix B is 3 by 2. These two numbers match. So yes, it is defined, and AB will be a 2 by 2. How do we know it's a 2 by 2? Because those two numbers right there tell me that the size of the product matrix. Okay, so yes, I can, and that's the size. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write over here, and I'm going to make it big. You can skip this step if you've done this a lot. I'm going to make this a really big 2 by 2. And the reason I'm going to make it big is because I know what's about to come. You don't have to go this big. You can just go straight to just the regular 2 by 2 and then do the math that I'm going to do right here on scratch paper or something. But since I know that the matrix is a 2 by 2, then I need to draw this so that I will know where my answers go. So I'm going to have 4 different answers because I've got 4 elements in a 2 by 2. Remember the address of this one right here? The address of this one is row 1, column 1. That is important because it's going to tell me what I have to multiply. So to get the answer to the element or the entry that goes in row 1, column 1, I have to multiply row 1 right here by column 1 right here. And so the 1 times 2 is 2 plus, and I can do 1 times 2. 1 times 2 plus 5 times 3 plus negative 4 times 0. See why I had to make this so big? So we've got 2 plus 15 plus 0. 2 plus 15, that gives me 17. So 17 goes right there. All right, now I'm going to erase this because and it doesn't matter, you can fill this out in any order that you want, but let's just go ahead and find this number. Where is this number? Or this one right here, where is it? It's in the first row, second column. So we're going to multiply the numbers that are in the first row times the numbers that are in the second column. Okay, and those numbers, I'll do them in a different color, so maybe it'll help keep them straight. I'm doing 1 times 4 plus 5 times negative 1 plus negative 4 times negative 2. 1 times 4, 5 times negative 1, 4 times negative 2. So that's 4 plus negative 5 plus a positive 8. So 4 and a negative 5, that makes a negative 1, and a negative 1 and a positive 8, I believe that's going to make a positive 7. If my arithmetic is off right there, don't be mad. Can't always trust my mental math. Okay, so I'm going to erase the highlights so that I can do the new one. So now I'm going to find this number right here. Where is that number? That number right there is in the second row, first column. See, I'm filling in this number. Second row, first column. So I'm going to multiply the second row times the first column. And when I do that, I'm going to get 3 times 2 plus -2 times 3 plus 2 times 0. And now when I combine those, that gives me 6. That gives me -6, and that gives me 0. That was pretty easy mental math, and I got 0. And now the last number of the product matrix is going to be found. Where is it? It's in the second row, second column. So I'm going to multiply the second row times the second column. And then I'm going to use the rainbow pen. And then that's going to leave me multiplying 3 times 4 plus -2 times -1 plus 2 times -2. So I did this time this one time this one, and this one time this one. And so that's going to give me 12 plus 2. That's 12 plus 2 is 14, and that's a -4. So put all that together and you get 10. All right, now real quick, I hope I haven't gone over on my time because I lost my timer. Let's go real quick to this one. I need to clear all this off because I have a new A and B, and if I don't clear it off, A, new matrix, is a 2 by 3. So it's 1, and then 5, and then -4, and then 3, -2, and 2, and enter that. And then B, new matrix, and it is a 3 by 2. So put the new size, 2, 4, 3, -1, 0, -2. Press enter, and now see what A times B is. And A times B, they tell me, is 17, 7, 0, 10. 17, 7, 0, 10. I did it right. Thank you for watching.